up and that the Collingwood players never stop running.
No, and McGuinness read that play as soon as the ball was won at half back. He had jetted into the forward line to get space and time on Young, and it was rewarded, which is what Cahill's been trying to do at the other end of the ground.
The kick is a goal. No problem at all there. Got 4 on the afternoon. Just restore the balance to the Pies. A 30-point ball game here at Victoria Park. As we're into time on in this third quarter. The run home actually for these teams. As we look at it, coming up for Collingwood, they've got Werribee away. That's going to be a huge game at Avalon Airport Oval next week. Boy, they're going to get a bumper crowd down there. Then they've got Geelong at home, AIA Centre, and also Southport at home too. So it could be an interesting one, that final round. And Southport haven't been as prominent this season as what they were last year.
But they have thrown up some really strong games in amongst it, so they could be anything on any given day, right?
Exactly, and if Southport maybe could string some wins back in, they may be playing for that 10th spot. As the ball here will give you Carlton's run home in a moment as it's in the middle of the ground. Allen, he's taken off the footy. Umpire says play on. As Fisher kicks up towards half forwards. McMahon. Oh, lovely handball. The top there to Honey. His kick is a good one as well. Mark not taken. Come flying in, jet up. Now wrapped up in the tackle, going absolutely nowhere. And it looks like Roscoe is in a whole world of pain.
Right leg issue.
Yeah, he's hobbling as fast as he can to the bench. Now the trainers get to him. We've got to be careful. This kick may be going his way. Instead, it's a bit of an undergrounder. Eventually, they should work this out. The Blues, well done there, Mills, doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. And this kick inside 50. Has Carl taken it? He has. Came flying across. Just keep an eye on Roscoe. Has he gone to the bench or is he going into the rooms? Gemma, it looks like he's just staying at the bench. He's just
gone to the bench, yeah.
So Ned got 2 in the opening quarter.
He's been working incredibly hard. I know that I harp on about it, Pete. He's been working so hard as a small forward all day. He's finally got back on the end of it here.
Ash Johnson also came to the bench. Got a good round of applause and a cheer from the young people who are right near the interchange bench. Carl coming in. And his kick is a goal. Yep, no problem at all there. We're right behind it. His thirds. And just again continuing to keep things interesting as we head towards three-quarter time.
With the way he's playing at the moment and the way he's kicking the footy, if I'm Carlton, I want the ball in his hands. I want to be looking for him every time I'm trying to kick the ball forward. He's not difficult to spot in those bright blue boots either, so you'd hope that Carlton start to really identify what he's been doing.
Yeah.
And if it comes down to Collingwood acknowledge that he's the one that's been finding space and they go to him, that's creating space for someone else. So his work should be rewarded in one way or another like that. Carlton just needs to be better about the way they're moving the ball forward, and that can be the result for them.
Yeah, if he's the leading target, then it means that McMahon could probably hang back as well. It's kind of the stay-at-home forward. Big just trying to clear the area. Tardra, we know he's going to be hard and tough as this kick heads up towards half forward for the Pies. Ginnivan been set a task here by Mills as the ball eventually spills free. He's young. His kick's a good one. Finds Carroll. Can they get some run going the broadcast side? O'Brien, shipper ball. Looking for Curnow. He couldn't quite drag it in. The boundary line wins out. We'll have it tossed in.
I admire Carlton's want to continue to use that run and quick handball and play on situation when they are having pressure thrown at them by Collingwood. But it's also acknowledging the sense of the game, isn't it? And realising when is the time to do that, when not.
As O'Keefe's been dragged down, he dragged that in. The umpire says no. And another stalemate in the middle of Victoria Park, this famous ground. And that's a high tackle. It's going to be a Carlton free kick. Moving reasonably quickly. Another one or two before three-quarter time as O'Brien's kick goes wide. Well, it's a fumbled ball for Honey, and the boundary line was close by, and he fumbled it over the line.
Just a bit lackadaisical the way he went to mark that footy, like he'd already marked it and considered the next thing he wanted to do with it before he'd actually cleanly taken it, honey.
O'Keefe. The ball down. Allen shot the handball out. Ronk. Goes wide. That's okay. Finds Binns. So Jackson Binns, as he said, the leading kicker in the competition. And that's a good kick as well. Found Carroll right near the boundary line.
Just got to settle here now. They've fixed up some of that movement inside 50. And now it's just about making it count on the scoreboard.
I saw a Pies player limping. He didn't quite pick it up before he sat down at the bench. He might be down a couple here. There's Carroll. The kick. Oh, that is superb. From that angle, Jack Carroll, his first of the afternoon, his third of the season. They're just continuing to press, as you said, Gemma. They've just got control of the game at the moment.
Yeah, it's just about adding that final piece to their game, and it's completely shifted the way this is playing out.
Trey Rusco, just looking at him, quick update on the bench. He's just doing some run-throughs with the physio and the doctor. They do look to be 2 down on the bench, though. Rusco, and there's another player who I haven't quite picked up. So they could be slightly undermanned going into the final quarter if Rusco doesn't come back, although the signs are quite positive at the moment.
Still a little bit lame, but looks like he might try to play through the pain.
Yeah, we won't get the vet. That's basically what you're saying? Checking.
No shotgun required.
Just checking. Yeah. Here's the path of Carroll. The Blues look to go forward again. Oh dear. As Quay got hands to it. Ball, here's a chance. Wrong. Trying to drag it back. How can he keep it in? He did really well right next to the behind post. He leads Wilson and Merry Dance. He's kicking across the face. Need a mark. It's going to be a Collingwood one though. And so the turnover is on Murley. And Murley will look to a teammate alongside as this kick goes up towards centre wing. Durden, front position. Got a good piece of it, couldn't drag it down. McInnes did really well, first and second efforts. Ball turned over though, and here's O'Brien. He just goes with a high one and says, "Rightio, Carroll, you have a go at that." And he says, "Thanks very much," as the Pies jump all over him. And then we'll have it tossed in.
The Blues just aren't allowing Collingwood to get that overlap run that they were finding so easily in that second quarter. They're shutting down, they're coming to direct opponents rather than trying to guard space.
Roscoe continuing to do run-throughs on the boundary. Ginnivan about to come back on. The kids are loving that right near the interchange bench as Tardrew trying to get through the traffic. O'Keefe going to be the point person. Ball here, Shetty over the top, Lefroy. Curno's got to take the pressure, but he dropped the footy. No call from the umpire. Here's Lane. His kick. It's a little bit untidy. Working there is Kruger. Couldn't find anyone. Fisher running around in ever-diminishing circles and now kicks up towards half forwards. I can really break clear. Aquay just led to the footy there, but again it's been turned over. It's untidy play from both teams. Ryan laying a good tackle and we'll have it thrown up.
Curno's been a bit maybe tentative with wanting to take possession of the footy. Seems more interested in taking the body contact than taking clean possession of the footy, and it's let him down a few times.
Here is Ginnivan. Kick up towards half forward. It's going to be turned over. Durden takes the relieving mark for the Blues. Can they get something going? Ball across to Binns, who's got a little bit of time and space. He decides to go the short option to Ronk. Comes off hands. This could be dangerous because now the Pies have got a good run at it and an open 50 and a free player in Kelly. He takes the mark and he'll line up and have the shots directly in front.
That's just really neat play off a turnover that Carlton just didn't need to happen. Just bounced off the chest of Ronk straight into the waiting arms of the Pies, and that transition play was just impressive.
Well, in he comes. Kelly, chance at goal number 3. And he's got it. The challenge from the Blues for all their hard work just snuffed out for the moment. As Roscoe again just having some more run-throughs. Looks like he's getting close to being at the interchange gates, looking like he might be coming back on.
No longer surrounded by doctors and physios.
It is 30 minutes into the third quarter. He might be best served just waiting it out as he continues to do run-throughs again. They've probably decided that with three-quarter time imminence that probably best just not to risk anything.
He does still look a little bit tentative on that right leg, though, doesn't he? He's not running comfortably.
So 30 minutes gone. A 5-goal quarter to the Pies, 4 to the Blues. Steen managed to get the ball out. McInnes, they get that run through the middle of the ground. Now again, Harrison will just go wide and find another option. It's Carmichael. He's got Ginnivan in the pocket. Decides to ignore that. It's going to go back and have the shots. A little bit of protection from the wind with the Sharon stand in the background.
This would be disappointing for the Blues because they've really worked hard this quarter. They've pegged back that lead. And to just fade late, just a lack of concentration, a lack of pressure, lack of work, we'll see that margin go back out to that 36 points.
As Roscoe has come back out onto the grounds. Josh Carmichael, 15 goals for the season. Oh dear. Won't be adding to that tally. That's Mr. Lots on the three-quarter time siren. Maybe a bit of a lifeline.